Question from one of my supporters, Kenneth Peters. Potato Man! So all this info and bro science about protein intake is fucking killing me. And I get it, bro, like sometimes it feels like it's just too much fucking protein, but we already made huge leaps in this department. When I started lifting, the standard advice online, the advice that we received from like the legendary bodybuilders like Dorian Yates and articles on bodybuilding.com and stuff, people used to say like 4 fucking grams of protein per pound of body weight. Think about that shit. Every 100 grams of chicken breast, for instance, has 27 grams of protein in it, because most of the weight of the fucking meat is essentially water. So to fucking nail like a guy like me, when I started lifting, I was 255 pounds. Fuck! That's like 3 kilos of fucking chicken breast a day. That can feed a fucking entire family, bro. So it was really rough back in the day. Now the standards are way lower. Usually they suggest 1 gram per pound of body weight, which is sensible. It feels like a lot sometimes, especially if you're not accustomed to eating a lot of protein, but it's way more sensible. This is usually the basic recommendation, 1 fucking gram of protein per pound of body weight. But now let me see what else do you have for me here. There is little context for the recommendation. Cutting requires more protein versus bulking. Okay, so think about it this way, okay? You have your metabolism. Okay, your metabolism is essentially every single function within your body, like you are breathing, you are moving, everything being synthesized inside your body, changes in body temperature, maintaining and keeping your body alive. Your metabolism is all the fucking processes that keep the organism alive, okay? We measure the metabolism based on calories, the number of net units of energy required to fuel the body, okay? So usually if your metabolism is 2,500 calories a day, that's the amount of total calories, already accounting for NEAT, already accounting for all the other factors, the thermic effect of food and your exercise, your movement, everything that comprises your total amount of calories, okay? When you're cutting, you are trying to eliminate fat, and you do so by reducing your calories below this 2,500 calories, let's say 500. What happens with your metabolism? Imagine if you need 2,500 to fucking pay your fucking bills, to fuel every single process of the body, and you take 500 off, what happens? Do you not pay your bills? No, you take it out of your fucking savings, and your savings are the fucking fat deposits that are in your body. Fat is nothing but a battery, okay? It's nothing but extra energy in case you are in a situation where there is scarcity of food. We evolved without much access to food. So whenever we had the opportunity to eat a lot, instead of the body just dispersing that extra energy as heat or another thing, the body treated those calories, treated that extra fuel that you are ingesting as it was a fucking precious thing, a luxury that cannot be wasted, okay? Your body goes there and store that fucking extra energy as fat for future consumption in case you face scarcity again. When you are in scarcity, when you don't have enough calories to support your system, you are in a caloric deficit. Now, when you introduce a caloric deficit, your body uses the fat because you cannot die. And now also, the metabolism starts to deactivate non-essential to survival functions of the body. Let's say mood regulation is not really that essential to survival. You can, when you reduce your calories, your body can simply reduce the level of nuances that you are able to perceive when you are dealing with social interactions and stuff. And you kind of go more like, you become a little bit more beastly. So what happens with protein? Okay, there are 3 basic macronutrients. You have your carbs, your dietary fats, not to be confused with body fat, and carbs. Each gram of carb that you ingest has 4 calories. Each gram of protein that you ingest has the potential of being converted into glucose and provide the body with 4 calories. And each gram of of dietary fats that you consume give 9 calories. Now pay attention to the protein, because now we are going to make the distinction that will clear the path about why you need to fucking eat a little bit more protein when you're cutting than when you are in a surplus. If you are cutting, if you are in a fucking deficit, the protein that you are ingesting is being converted into energy. It's not being used to build structures in your body, because protein, when you ingest protein protein is broken down via your digestive system and is released in the bloodstream in the form of amino acids. And amino acids are essentially the building blocks of organic matter. Every hormone, every enzyme, every fucking structure within you requires protein to be built. Now, you are in a caloric deficit. You are eating only 2,000 calories and you require, in order to survive, 2,500 calories. So the protein that you ingest in your diet is going to be converted into energy, is going to be converted into glucose through a process called glucogenesis, and will not be used to build stuff within your body, to repair the structures that are already there. So why do you need to ramp up your protein? Because this caloric deficit that you introduced will partially be supported by your own fat deposits. We can't pinpoint a number, but let's imagine that it is from these 500 calories that you have of deficit, let's say 200 of them will be supported by your body fat. This means that at least a little bit of that protein that you consume from those 2,000 calories that you introduce will be used to build and maintain your muscle and maintain the physical structure of your organism. So if you ingest little protein when you are cutting, the odds of that protein become a spare protein, a protein that is available to build stuff within you, is less. It's just there's less protein, there's less probability of protein being used to fucking maintain the fucking body. Here is why you need to be ingesting usually at least 1 to 1.5 grams of protein when you are cutting, okay? Another consideration about this is that the simple act of ingesting protein already triggers protein synthesis. And yeah, you heard that right. If you just eat more protein, your body will build more organic structure. The odds of your body simply building muscle, for instance, it gets raised. It's more, okay? Because protein synthesis is the process of building stuff within you, okay? So why in a caloric surplus you don't need that much protein? Because let's say you are ingesting like 2,500 calories. This meets all your daily metabolic needs, and these 2,500 calories are all being ingested by carbs and fats. You are introducing a caloric surplus of 500 calories of protein exclusively. So that if you are a 200-pound man and you are ingesting 120, more or so, right about 120 grams of protein, you are ingesting 0.6 to 0.7 grams of protein per pound, but all that fucking protein is spare protein because you are above your 2,500 calories. The protein will always be preserved. If the body has the opportunity to preserve the protein, to use it for its primary function, which is repairing and maintaining and building stuff inside your body, the body will do that. That's why it's really fucking important to eat in a caloric surplus if your goal is to really build mass. You need to fucking stop being afraid of getting fat and just introduce a sensible caloric surplus from 300 to 500 calories, and that will make your body optimize its usage of fucking protein. Now let's move forward in your question. You have plenty of fat stores above 20% body fat. Now, here's where things get more interesting, okay? Because if you have a lot of fat deposits, the odds of your body consuming those fat deposits gets raised, because your body is essentially a prediction machine. It's trying to ensure your survival. If you have little body fat stores, if you are like 15%, 13% body fat, your body will see, hey, if I don't have fat and I stay eating like this for the next 15 days, I might die, okay? But if your body has 20, 30, 40% body fat, it knows, hey, I'm good with fat. It's actually a fucking burden to carry all this fat around. So your body will emphasize using the fucking fat to cover the deficit that we are implementing, allowing you to reduce the sheer amount of protein you are ingesting and burning the fat to cover the gap of the deficit, leaving the fucking protein available to be used to build and repair fucking organic structure inside your fucking body. Woo, finally, I fucking managed to answer this fucking question. Let me see here. I know I need to be on a caloric deficit, but I can't quite understand the extremely high protein recommendation given that I have so much available energy jiggling on my body still. Okay, that's already covered. I'm fairly strong, but fatty. What is the ideal range of protein consumption for a fatty who wants to maintain my muscle while losing fat? I would say that you can't go wrong between 0.7 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. And a way for you to, if you are feeling like you are ingesting too much protein, okay, you need to understand that your body, it has sensors, okay, your taste buds, they are sensors for stuff that is out there in nature, that when you ingest it, it provides your body with something, okay. So your taste of sweets, it's looking for energy, it's looking for carbohydrates. Your taste of salt is looking for sodium. Sodium is fucking absolutely imperative for energy production inside the body, to make your body be able to generate electricity. That's why you sense fucking salt and sweets. It's the two main sources of energy, of making you being able to fucking function. Okay? Then you have the taste of sour, which identifies potentially harmful things, and bitter is the same thing, for potentially things that are potentially poisonous. And umami is that savory thing, when you eat a fucking piece of meat, right when it's finished cooking in a barbecue, and you feel that fucking yum, 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 that fucking mouth pleasure that meat and a lot of mushrooms and other food items that are rich in umami flavor. It is sensing for amino acids. So understanding this is imperative for you to build an intuitive way to know if you are eating enough protein or not. When your body needs fucking protein, assuming you are not ingesting foods that are highly processed and that essentially, come on, cat, don't screw this up. Come here. Fucking cat. And essentially bypass this system that was built through millennia by nature, your body will know if that's enough protein or not. So when you start eating a fucking piece of meat and you feel like, fuck, I can't eat more meat, bro, this is just too fucking much, it's your umami sense informing you, the rest of your body, hey, I'm good of amino acids, I don't need it anymore. And that's another problem when we talk about dieting, because the food industry, bro, the industry is treacherous. Treacherous as fuck. They insert hidden calories in food items, these highly processed food items like fast foods and prepackaged frozen meals. They insert calories that you don't taste. So your body identifies, I'm getting so much energy, this is fucking awesome. But you don't sense it. And when you don't sense it, your body doesn't trigger the, okay, stop, that's enough trigger. That's why you eating fucking highly processed foods is just fucking terrible for you, because it bypasses the natural mechanisms that your body has to identify if you are satisfied or fucking not. Okay. Let's see the last part of your fucking question here. What's the idea? Okay, that's already covered. Also, is gaining strength while losing fat possible in my case? Fuck yeah, bro. Fuck yeah. Gaining strength is more about coordination and building, teaching your body how to inform the fucking motor units, how to fire, than building muscle itself. When you are in a deficit, what gets really tricky is building more muscle, okay, like building more organic matter, because of all the things that we already covered here, because fucking protein will be used to cover the caloric deficit instead of being spared to build more muscle. But since strength doesn't require more organic matter, strength is more an electrical thing, it's more of a neurological thing, your brain informing the motor units. You can, of course, gain a lot of strength while losing fat. What will happen is you will be increasing the capacity of your body to produce force, but reducing the amount of body weight that you have at the same time. And these two things go in contrary directions, okay, because when you are moving weight to break inertia, you need to have the more structure, be it fat or be it muscle, the more structure that you have on your body, the better. But as a beginner, this is essentially a non-issue because the net amount of gains that you fucking can make in the beginning of your journey on the iron path, it's it's super gnarly. Your strength in the first year of training simply skyrockets. So just because of these neurological adaptations. So yeah, bro, you can get fucking stronger while losing fat for sure. As long as you are staying, as long as you are programming your, designing your program in a sensible way that emphasizes heavy weights and low repetitions. That can be anywhere from 3 repetitions per set up to 6 repetitions per set. That's the golden zone to make good solid strength gains. You will also experience strength gains, of course, if you train with a little bit of more reps. But if your goal is primarily gaining strength while losing fat, stick to lower repetitions. So that's it, KP. Thanks a lot for the question, bro. I hope I was able to shed a little light upon this darkness, my friend. Praise Broding and stay on the fucking iron path, bro.